I was talking to a guy recently, and he was like, sometimes women turn him off because they have a lot of masculine energy. And he was like, I really like to date girls that are feminine and that can, be very soft and gentle and not always like the aggressor or come off like so strong and defensive. And I say, usually, if a woman gives off that she has a lot of masculine energy, it's because she had to. I don't think any woman wants to be masculine. We want to be feminine. We want to be soft. We want to be gentle.
Stop the
But
cap.
sometimes women are put in situations or have been in situations where they have formed this masculine energy over time. And sometimes it takes a man to allow her to go back into that safe feminine space. Because essentially, that masculine energy that guys feel, it's just a guard, it's just a defense mechanism. So, like, you're not going to hurt me, you're not going to try anything. I have this shield up.
This is bullshit.
That was pathetic.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
What's going on YouTube? Is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. Women are blaming men on why they are not feminine. I guess we shouldn't be surprised because like I say on this channel all the time, even the things that we can't control, women blame men for anyway. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
You know something crazy? It has become such a norm for women to blame men for literally everything that we are also blaming men for your lack of being who you are. For example, a woman will say very quickly, if a man, I can be a feminine woman if a man puts me in a position to feel my feminine energy. Man, that's not a him thing. Who you are with has nothing to do with you being feminine or not. There are a lot of feminine women out here who are single, who are living alone. Like, it has nothing to do with your partner forcing you to be masculine. If you're masculine, that's a you thing. How is it in the same breath that you say those things, it's on him if I'm not feminine enough? But then in the same breath say, you know what? You have to love yourself. You can't depend on somebody else to make you happy. You have to be happy with who you are. Do y'all not hear yourself? You're talking in circles. You're literally just saying whatever makes you feel good at the moment. And that is where you lose men. Men are logical thinkers. Why are we speaking in circles of emotion if we're trying to connect with men? I'll tell you, because we're not. You're not trying to connect with men. You're trying to connect with other women. You want one place that you can come together and complain about men. The problem isn't men. The problem is you, honey. You are not being who you want to be. You are not requiring people treat you a certain way. You are sticking around with people who you are not happy with. You can say it's hard to leave, but that's not a him problem. That's a you problem. We have to start taking some accountability for our own choices, thoughts, actions, or lack thereof. It's that simple. To the ladies that keep asking the internet, where are all the men? Why aren't men being men anymore? Well, sugar, it's you. You're the reason. All the women who chose the bear, you can thank yourself. All the women who decided that anything they can do, you can do better, that's why. All the women who decided they were going to be loud and overly aggressive, they were going to overcompensate instead of just allowing a man to be a man and you being okay being a woman. To everyone who didn't want to recognize that there is, in fact, a difference and that you, in fact, recognize that difference when you ask questions like, why aren't men being men anymore? You're the reason. They can't be. Because even when they are, they can't do that right. Even when they try, you shut them down. Even if they put themselves in a situation to help, You think it's because they want to get a piece of your tail, and you become overly aggressive for no reason. Even when you're wrong, you can't admit it. Yeah. Men have just decided all of those women, they're not even going to try anymore. So until you decide to take that tough look in the mirror and adjust, you're going to have to be that man that you're looking for. Sorry.
I'm really getting sick and tired of women saying that I'm in my masculine energy because I had to do this and this and this for myself. Why? For what? Being a grown adult? Dude, it's the level of manipulation nowadays is top tier. To sit over here and say you're literally in your masculine energy simply because you have to provide for yourself, which is something every adult human being has to do in this world, period, especially in the West. To sit over here and say, to say that's me in my masculine, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because if that what you saying is so true, then women would have never fought so hard to be able to make their own money in the first place. That's number one. Number two, let's be real here. The reason why it seems like men aren't men anymore is because y'all really don't want men to be men. Y'all only want men to be men when it's beneficial for you. Otherwise, y'all want them to act and think like you.
That nigga got a point.
It's all men until it's no men. The double standards and hypocrisy that exist in society and on this app are insane. There are 1,230 videos under that hashtag, and there are many offshoots of that hashtag which make for a plethora more videos. Women say this all the time, and it is socially acceptable. It is not demonized, but yet I post this video where I say it's all women until it's no women. And I get a content violation for attacks and slurs, for hate speech. And in the video, I'm not saying anything hateful. I'm listing all of the things that women are capable of doing that could harm men in society and saying that this should not happen. And we as women need to call out this bad behavior to get it to stop. We need to work together. Basically the same thing women are saying about men. But when you say it about women, even though a woman said it about women, it's considered hate speech. The double standards exist. Men deserve better in this world. Have the day you deserve. Stay triggered, ladies. Bye. You thought women supported women? That is one of the most laughable statements ever, because I hear this all the time in feminist camps and in these like girl cliques. Women supporting women. But what I've learned in my life is it's women supporting women until a woman steps outside the box, until a woman stops following their narrative, until a woman says, I don't understand why feminism would be this. Look at this double standard in feminism. And then all of a sudden, it's not about women supporting women. And it never should have been about women supporting women. What it should be about is good people supporting good people. Because I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you're a good human being, I'm going to support you. If I see you stumble, if I see you trip, if I see you fall, if I see you hurting, I'm going to be willing to reach out a hand. But if you're a shit human being, well, don't be coming and asking for help when you have betrayed multiple people across this app. Women supporting women is just something that feminists and toxic women use to convince other women to stay within their narrative, use to rally the troops in their little culty behavior so that they're all act the same, look the same, think the same. Because God forbid you step out of line, you will be ostracized, you will be stalked, you'll be harassed. That is what women supporting women has been for me. That is how I've experienced women supporting women. So I think that's fucking laughable. Anyways, have the day you deserve. Bye.
See, and it's clips that reminds me why I don't really post on TikTok as often as people want me to, because y'all know how I can go off, you know what I mean, even on here. And the fact that a woman can say those things and still be slandered as hate speech. Think about this, bro. If you look up hashtag unalive all men, and I know people don't like hearing me say that, but YouTube is sensitive. What can I say? Bro, you will find dozens upon dozens of videos, bro, and none of that got taken down as hate speech. It just lets me know there really is a propaganda of some sort going on in the West, because there ain't no way in hell you're going to make the hate speech be one-sided, especially when we got hashtag unalive all men movements. That's ridiculous. Let's keep it moving.
What's going on with women these days? We used to be a lot happier than men, and now we're not. What happened?
What you've found is that over the past 20 years or so, women have converged downward to the unhappiness levels of men. And at first I thought, great, men are getting happier. Women are getting unhappier. That's what we find. And they're getting unhappier very quickly. And so there's a lot of different theories of it. You find that there's a lot less family formation going on. There's a lot less marriage. You find that men and women are diverging politically really, really quickly. You find that women are getting much more politically progressive and men are getting more conservative. And so the result of it is that, especially in a culture where people think that the most important thing for making a romantic match is voting for the same party idiotically, social media is especially targeted at young women. It's creating a whole lot of misery with social comparison, with political hatred, with the sense of loneliness that's crawling out of people's smartphones. And all these things together are creating an epidemic of unhappiness among women, especially young women in our society today.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think the real reason why more and more women are unhappy is because they have become the man that they want to be with. They have become the man that most women desire. And they've been liberated to sleep around. So now they're racking up bodies. And due to that, and the way things are now, men aren't really incentivized to get married anymore. Men are waking up. And women are starting to see that, and women have no leverage outside of their box. Men still hold access to relationships and marriage, and this is really bothersome for women because ain't too many women gonna get on one knee and ask a man to marry him, because she is gonna get shamed by 99% of women for doing that. So women are stuck with this choice of whether to fall back, try to be a little bit more on the conservative side if you want to find something solid and long term, or continue to just be in the streets and just do you. But women don't like that because, for one, it leaves them all on their own, doing everything on their own, and they don't want to pay their bills on their own. I'm like, hell, shit, they don't even want to do 50-50. And then on top of that, you know what I mean? Like they don't have anybody they can latch on to and stick to, because men aren't really incentivized to be in relationships or even marriage anymore. Thanks to hookup culture, which is what women are liberated for, and women control access to sex. Because I'm like, there's more male virgins ever in the history of the West, but notice, because I forgot this stat, and I wish I could find it, but women are still having sex at the same rate. It's men that have gotten more conservative, not women. Let's keep it moving.
It is so much harder to love a real one than it is to be in relationship with a fraud.
Say that again for the people in the back.
It is so much harder to be in relationship with a real one than it is to be with a fraud. It's just hard, because someone who holds you accountable to who you say you want to be, someone who recognizes your potential but meets you where you are, someone who wants your vulnerability. Like, I want to know how you think. I want to know why you made the choices you made. It requires a level of intimacy that you never have to do when you're just trying to see if someone's cheating and checking phone messages. And like, you don't have to be vulnerable in those relationships. You got to be tough. You got to be strong. You got to be hard. But now here comes someone that says, I want to be your soft place. And you got to figure out, how do I tear these walls down? And you have to figure out, how do I give this language? And how do I let them know up underneath this strength that there is still a broken 13-year-old girl, a broken 15-year-old girl. And I got to let you see her, and to let you see how she sometimes gets upset and flares up. And it's petrifying to let someone that closely into your space.
Sis, can I share something with you? What I have found out is that many modern women of today have so many challenges in relationships because you don't want a real man, you want a myth. And every time a real man shows up, you have an issue with him because he doesn't line up with this mythology, a mythological character you and other women have created that have no basis in reality or God's word. Many women of today, many modern women of today, want a man that will allow you to lead him. And you want a man that will submit to you. And you want a man that will listen to you and let you tell him how the home is supposed to lead, and how it's supposed to be, particularly if you make more money than him. But that goes against God's order. Men have been set up to lead. The order of the family is Christ, the husband, and then the wife. You can never have that role, yet you have created this scenario where any man that actually corrects you, wants you to submit to him, gives you instructions, and wants you to not always go back and forth with him. You have decided that he is controlling and he doesn't know how to treat a woman, but it is, you don't even know what it means to be a woman. You have no idea what your role is as a wife. And the reason I know that is because you keep trying to lead the home. That's not your role. It is for your husband. Stand down and stop fighting your husband and beating your husband up for this character, this myth that you have created all in your mind. Remember that today and carry on.
Goes back to the video that I did yesterday, does it not? I'm trying to tell you guys, bro. What it really comes down to, man, these women don't really know what the hell they want. What they really want is the best of both worlds. And that's why I played that last clip for you, because that is a myth. You don't really see men in mass over here saying, I want a woman that's masculine and feminine. Having a job and being a functional adult does not make you masculine, ladies. It just makes you a functioning adult, a functioning responsible adult. We all got to get out here and make money and make a living. This is the world that we're in. Ain't nothing we can do about that. So can y'all please quit using that as an excuse to be masculine and be nasty and be mean and be hard? Just be a girl. It is really not that hard. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.